Joining us on this broadcast is Bhaskar Rao, spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP, who has also served as the Commissioner of Bangalore Police and knows a thing or two about law and order. Aishwarya Mahadev, Congress spokesperson, is also with us. Namaskara. Good evening to both of you. Aishwarya, if I can begin with you. Will the Congress government here admit that there was a clear security failure in recognizing the threat at hand, in ensuring adequate security deployment as well in this kind of a massive procession happening in a sensitive district like Shivamogga?
Good evening, Akshita. I think first and foremost, the Congress government and the district administration there had taken all precautions necessary because of the fact that they were able to bring the situation under control. The Congress government has unequivocally stated that any sort of skirmishes based on religious or dharmic lines is something that the Congress government condemns with the strongest words and action, and the police have brought the situation under control. There are more than 40 people who have been apprehended, and all sorts of reports, or whether it was weapons, whether it was inflammatory statements or whether posters, all of it is being looked into by not only the police but also the district administration. And I think the government has done everything to ease the situation, because just in less than a day you see that the situation is back to normal. Police have tried their best also, and you have to applaud them for their quick action in this case to prevent something that could have become even bigger, because if you know this, that Shivamogga is a district that has always been very volatile, and also with symptomatic of the larger problem of the communal tensions used for vote bank politics that you've seen there for decades at hand, Akshita. And I think that the government has had a decisive action in this and has taken what necessary steps had to be taken.
No, but Aishwarya, this was a reaction. Shouldn't steps have been taken to prevent this in the first place? You haven't answered my question on whether enough was done to ensure something like this could have been avoided.
So the argument from what you're trying to tell me is, should I have said we will not allow these people to have a procession at all?
Shouldn't there have been a crackdown when they were holding weapons?
So basically, that is when the action also began, when you realize that a procession. So first of all, it is not a district administration, it's the taluk administration that has given power here, or rather to have given permission in this case. The MLA there, Mr. Channabasappa, has taken over from Mr. Ishwarappa after decades of rule, and you know which dispensation he's from. So the police also would have thought necessarily that it is a procession that is going to go on peacefully. The minute it did not, the fact that the police were mobilized quick enough knows that the police were also aware and alert. So to say that if you want to ban any sort of expression of religion also is wrong, but when the expression of religion became necessarily problematic, that is when the police took the decisive action that they were supposed to. We will allow you to express your religion, but the minute it becomes problematic or vitiates an environment of any sort of communal tension, it is when the police will step in, and I think that they've done an adequate job in this case.
Let me bring in Mr. Bhaskar Rao. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, you've heard what Aishwarya Mahadev has said. She's saying essentially that the government did enough, particularly after, the clashes, violence broke out, after there were signs that, this was going to escalate, they immediately cracked the whip.
No, madam has got a lack of knowledge about the way law and order machinery functions over there. This is a clear case in which the Congress has led the Muslims to the brink of disaster. All along, with great difficulty, peace was maintained in Shivamogga. If provocative posters are encouraged by the ruling establishment by the Muslims over there, and then a problem takes place, police acts, and then Congress says we have taken all action and police have done a wonderful job. Police should be allowed to do its job to maintain law and order. Congress has unnecessarily provoked a section of the Muslims to put very provocative posters. You can see the posters where there is a huge picture of the country and the name of Aurangzeb is written, saying that this is going to be India. You see, are such kind of things warranted? So police have swiftly tried to remove it, but by the time it could be removed over there, already this has been circulating all over there. And then allowing brandishing of swords to be going over there. When this was taking place itself, proper action should have been taken.
No, so Congress, Aishwarya Mahadev is saying the proper action was taken, sir.
Ploy to say that all action has been taken. And the poor Home Minister says that these are all new things, these are nothing new.
Let's talk about those posters also, Aishwarya. Last evening, before the rally began, before the procession began, there were posters put up of a distorted map of India. There were these massive cutouts of Tipu Sultan, Aurangzeb, as you see there, of the sword with Mughal Empire written on it. Is any of that okay? Why was it immediately cracked down upon?
Akshita, completely. I believe that anything or any sort of poster that threatens the integrity of what is India or actually goes against or creates an inflammatory situation is necessarily wrong. Yes, one. Second is the Taluk administration here, along with the local MLA, along with the town panchayat, should have been far more vigilant in terms of permission for the posters to also be given. And I asked Mr. Bhaskar Rao, I may have very, very menial sort of knowledge about the police, sir, because I don't have a career as prolific as yours, and so much so that you have to contest from the BJP. But Akshita, you should ask them, who is the MLA there? It's a BJP MLA. Who is the town council there? It's a BJP-run town council. The Tahsildar also answers to whom? Who is the administration there? As much as there is a Congress government at the center in Bangalore and in the Vidhan Sabha in Karnataka, the local administration there, the MLA of Shivamogga is from the BJP. The MP of Shivamogga happens to be the former Chief Minister's son, Mr. Yediyurappa's son itself. And the Tahsildar and the Taluk administration, at least I would believe, would listen to the local MLA, because the local MLA has also come out and said, we have tried to take action. So tell me, is it not a failure also on the BJP's part? It is very easy to blame, sir, because when you lack an opposition party leader and lack a cohesive stand, communalism becomes the only thing. But in this, when you had a sense of responsibility to have stopped this, and instead of having the Home Ministry come in and step in, when you could have also prevented it and you did not.
Let's show Mr. Bhaskar. Yeah, let's get Mr. Bhaskar Rao to respond to that. Mr. Bhaskar Rao.
Madam, the government belongs to Congress. They have let the Muslims go berserk and saying, do whatever you want. When problem has taken place, unfortunately, you'll see innocent poor Muslims have been arrested and put behind bars. And Home Minister says that this is nothing new. The Madhu Bangarappa, Education Minister, talks on behalf of the law and order machinery. The state of Karnataka is confused as to who.
No, but can I ask you something, Mr. Bhaskar Rao? Can I ask you something? You're saying that, the Home Minister is saying this is nothing new. It's true, sir. Shivamogga has seen a lot of clashes. It saw it even when the BJP was in power in Karnataka.
What prevented you from taking preventive action over there? What prevented you? Why did you encourage the Muslims to go on the brink over there? Your duty was to protect the citizens. Government duty is to protect, not take post facto action saying that we did a fantastic job. Police will do its job irrespective of the government. You have to allow the police to do its job. That's all.
No, but why are you saying the police wasn't allowed to do their job? They are the ones who finally cracked down.
Not allowed them to perform their job and allowed people to put provocative posters. What do you think people are going to see? Watch the posters and applaud or what over there? They are going to get agitated over there. Why was such provocative posters put over there? And finally, police had to remove it. But by the time it could be removed, all hell has broken loose. And finally, you have ended up arresting people from the minority community and got criminal cases booked against them. What is it that you have achieved? You have only sacrificed the interest of Muslims over there.
Okay, Aishwarya Mahadev, respond.
So precisely, Akshita, sir has not answered the question that I've also asked him. Who gave them permission to put the posters up there? When I've told you, like, the local MLA, the local council, the Taluk administration and the MP there happen to be from the BJP, irrespective of what the government is in the center. Why is it that at the local level that you did not take enough action? Are you trying to tell me that the complete Taluk administration, the MLA has no power?
No, but are you also telling me then that the state government has no power?
No, what I'm trying to say is, as much as the BJP believes that all power emanates from one place, there is basically disinvestment of the power to the extent that the Taluk administration, the town councils, the local bodies also have power, especially in regulation of posters, regulation of who gives permission for processions. One second, I did not interrupt.
I'll come back to you, Mr. Bhaskar Rao. Yeah.
Akshita, it is very problematic when an act of violence is taken out for somebody as responsible as Mr. Rao to come out here and suddenly start not only vilifying but also turning out and putting an entire community on the victim vilify sort of plank. While the simple answer is this: an act of violence took place. Is it condemned? Yes.
Okay.
Was action taken? Yes. Third, is Shivamogga in a better situation today than it was yesterday? Absolutely yes. This is not like...
I'm running out of time, so I'm going to allow Mr. Bhaskar Rao quickly to make that intervention so I can give Aishwarya a chance to respond. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, your question to Aishwarya.
Yeah. Madam, first of all, knowing very well that that place is communally sensitive, lot of prior action should have been taken. The government of the day has failed to take.
So Congress is saying that the local administration had a role to play. What's your response to that, sir?
Who is the local administration? The Congress is the local administration. There could be a BJP MLA, there could be a BJP MP, but who runs the government over there? If BJP is not running the government over there, Congress is running the government over there.
Okay. So you're saying the state government is to blame. I've run out of time, but Aishwarya Mahadev, Mr. Bhaskar Rao, thank you for joining us. What we're seeing... Yes, sir.
Please see, it is the poor Muslims who have been arrested. They are the ones who are injured. and they are the ones who.
No, we'll wait for the investigation. We'll wait for the investigation to go forward there. We'll wait for the investigation, sir. We're not going to jump the gun on who is innocent and who's not.